Developing the lesbian and gay community for over 15 years.
Glorious, isn't it, people? I tell you what, it doesn't get better than this, lying about in the sun in a park.
Just relaxing. Great, and this is so-called work. Anyway, welcome to Queer Zone. I'm Edward.
I'm Jesse.
And we've got an action-packed show coming up for you tonight. Lots of exciting things. Do you know what's on the show tonight, Jesse?
We'll be talking to Tracey Bartram, and she's a stand-up comedian, and we'll be having a look at what she has to say for herself.
That's Nick, isn't it, going down to see her. We've also got Exit Magazine. We're looking into that, seeing what it's all about. It's a little magazine you can pop in your pocket. It's a great read.
We'll be talking to Linzi there.
That's right. We're also going to be having a look at Girl Bar. We're having a chat with Kira and Linzi, is it?
Julie.
Kira and Julie at Girl Bar, and finding out what goes on at Girl Bar.
Tracey Bartram.
Yes, Nick.
Funny person. Comic.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast announcer on Fox FM.
Yeah.
Raconteur.
I love that word.
Renaissance woman. This is the Tracey Bartram experience.
You left out lactating mother.
Lactating mother.
I'm lactating as we speak.
Oh God, are you having a child?
I've had one.
When?
He's 17, he'll be breastfed until he grows stubble.
Lactating, 17 years on.
No, he's 3. If you really want to raise your self-esteem after giving birth, check out your stretch marks under fluoro light. Because you don't even notice, you haven't got time to scratch your ass when you first have a baby, and then you're in that room and it's like, I was sitting there quietly sobbing, and the sales assistant came in, and I just think they should be trained more efficiently. I think, because I asked for a feeding bra, and I think it was an 18 double D at that stage, and I know, I could fit him on the head. I look like Biggles. I did. And I said I wanted something pretty yet practical and sexy yet supportive. Now, I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit sensitive, but I think it would have been more appropriate for that woman to wait till she was out of earshot to laugh. She came back, she had to measure me, and she said, no, you're not a D cup, no, you're not even an F cup for frightening. You're not an H cup for horrific, love, you're a U cup for unfucking believable. Oh, well, there's a big political movement about breastfeeding, but we're not here to talk about tits, but we could, if you want to.
Now, that's a good example of you being bold and brassy.
Yes.
I asked a bunch of my friends, can you describe Tracey Bartram to me? And they said bold and brassy.
Oh, did they?
Do you think that helps on the comedy circuit, which is a male-dominated, blokey environment, as a female comic to be bold and brassy? Do you think that helps?
I never sort of set out to be anything like that. I've always been myself. I mean, I always walk around in the middle of the day dressed like this, for example. But look, I've always been a bit loud and in your face, and I must admit that since I became a mother, my attitudes to things have changed. I lost a lot of my fears. I'm a big personal development advocate. So once I'd had my son, it was like, oh God, I've had a baby with no drugs and no stitches either, which was a bit of a bonus. But I really felt that once I'd done that, nothing else would bother me. So I actually changed into this louder version of who I'd been before, and much more prepared to take risks and state the way it really is rather than skirting around the issues, where I might have done that before.
Right.
Whereas now I think, no, it's really important for me to talk about breastfeeding, so I do, at every opportunity.
Which is harder, being a parent or being a comedian?
Being a parent.
Yeah, can you talk about that? You've got a son, Max.
Yes, look, I feel I need to get more into it.
Oh, okay.
My son, yeah, he's 3. Max is 3. I know it's difficult, but it is very difficult being a parent because I'm constantly aware of everything that I say is going into his brain, and he's like a sponge. He's like a parrot. You know, I can remember one day when we were toilet training, he was running through the house naked, and David, his father, was running behind him naked, and it was, you hear this sort of slapping noise as they came down because they're both really, and I'm happy about that because I know my son's going to be popular when he gets older, whichever fence he's, what side of the fence he's on.
So if he is gay, how will that go with you? Will you be all right with that?
Well, let me tell you the rest of the potty story, because he found the potty. He's running through the house going, "Where's the fucking potty?" And I thought, I've got to watch my language with him, because for fuck's sake, you can't have 3-year-olds saying things like that. But no, we named him Max Missingham for 2 reasons. One, because Missingham, my husband's name, is a very long name, so we wanted a really short, snappy name that would suit Missingham, and we figured it's a sort of name where he could be Max Missingham, private eye, here's my card. But if he turns out to be a pillow biter, and there's nothing wrong with that, it could be Max Missingham, interior designer, here's my card. And we figured, if he is gay, just think of the money we'll save on curtains.
And will you go out dancing with him, like go to clubs?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Oh, God, I'm dying for someone to take me back to a gay bar. It's fabulous. It's the only place you can go and really, really have a good dance.
Now, there's a lot of labels about, queer, bisexual, bent, straight.
And I've just said pillow biter, which is probably going to lose all your viewers.
No. I mean, there's lots of those labels out there. Now, how would you label yourself? What would you say of yourself?
God, how would I label myself?
In terms of your sexuality?
Oh, well, I've jumped the fence a couple of times, but hasn't everybody?
You have.
I think you need to. I think you've got to be out there and open and discover what it's all about. I mean, Jesus, there's a lot of people in my fantasies out there that I'm hoping will be coming to my show. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I interviewed Kevin Costner.
Oh, wow.
Like, to die for. He's so gorgeous, and I so wanted to fuck him. And as I said that, my husband walked into the office, and the girls are going, "Oh, I can't believe you said that in front of David." And I said, "Well, David, here's your Kevin Costner mask. Can you just wear that all weekend? Thanks." Because we had a fabulous weekend. At the Kevin Costner, do it again, Kev.
Would your husband
make it up as you go along? How would you keep it? Because I mean, really, you're gonna be bonking the same person for the rest of your life. You might as well let them pretend occasionally.
Would David welcome Kevin into the marital bedroom?
I don't know. I haven't asked him, but I suppose if I told him he had to.
I think, in fact I know, there is a conspiracy against women, an architectural conspiracy against women. And I can prove it because at interval time, no matter where you are, by the way, no interval, told you that, hold it in. No matter where you are at interval time, there are always 27,000 women and 4 dunnies. Isn't that true, girls? Are we sick of it? What are we going to do about it? I reckon it's because most architects are blokes, because David used to be an architect at BT before Trace, and ruined his life, I did. He was very happy with his little drawing board. And he couldn't tell me why there's a problem with the Sheila's dunnies. And I reckon it's because mainly blokes doing the drawings, and they just get to the Sheila's dunnies and they go, "Oh, fuck it, they're Sheila's, they can hold it in." Because they know that we can. Girls can hold in wees for hours. We can, come on. We can. We wake up in the morning with a bladder like... Because I'm convinced the only reason we've got a bladder is so we get out of bed in the morning. I stay there all day otherwise. We wake up and it's like, "Oh, what time is it? Oh, 6. Clamp everything shut and wait for another hour." We can. We can go into a coma with a full bladder. We can even root with a full bladder. Men can't. You can wake up next to your partner and go, "Oh, is that for me?" But it never is. And he's going to go and do the big thing. Nee, 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 nee. And when he gets to the dunny, he's going to start up here and run in as it gets smaller.
was your first gig like? Can you remember your first gig? What was that?
Yes, I'll never forget my first gig. It was, I can't believe I've just told you all about my sexual fantasies. Nick, I've got to tell you, it was really you.
You were imagining me.
I was, yeah, the whole time. I'm not a human. First gig. Hilton Hotel, the comedy club. It had been open about 3 months, and I think I was number 17 out of 20 starters. So I'd had about 40 glasses of champagne by the time I went on, and I did 10 minutes on it. I was told to do a subject that I really knew well, so I did 10 minutes on farting, because I'm a champion farter.
You're a champion farter?
Bloody oath I am.
From a long line of champion farters?
Yeah, well, I'm a Cockney, and you've seen my video, haven't you?
Now, you're doing a show at the Athenaeum coming up?
2 shows.
2 shows?
We're planning to do 3. We want to sell out the first 2, and then we'll do a matinee, which will mean that the last show will be the second last show. Does that make sense?
Right, yes, no, it does.
Friday the 20th, Saturday the 21st, but we can't do the Sunday because the theatre's unavailable, so we want to sell out those first 2 and then do a matinee. That'd be good.
Oh, excellent. Now, how do people book for that? Is it through Ticketmaster or...?
Yeah, Ticketmaster.
It's at the Athenaeum?
Athenaeum.
Okay, and book through Ticketmaster.
Yes.
What do you find when doing like a long show? It's just you, one person on stage, what, for an hour or more?
No, it's 7 people on stage.
Oh, okay.
I've got a 6-piece band.
Oh, righto.
The Betty Blues band, and then we just form that band whenever we're doing this sort of show. See, the thing is, I've been doing stand-up comedy for 8 years, and I did what every other comedian's ever done. I've worked in all the clubs, and they're all full of cigarette smoke, and I found it was really affecting my voice. And then when I moved to Perth, I was gone there for 5 years, and I could only do shows every so often. So we decided if we were going to do them, we were going to do the best show we could possibly do, because when you think about it, a lot of stand-up comedy, and this is not a judgment on my part, it's just an observation, that it's really boring. You've got a person with a microphone and a spotlight and a black curtain, and that's it. And they just waffle on for 2 or 3 hours. And so we've got songs and this fabulous band and 4 fabulous costume changes. And I think that's really important, because if people are paying their money and they want to come and see a show, you've got to excite them visually and entertain them. It's got to be a big package. So that's why we do it that way. So economically, my accountant hates my guts because we spend too much money on the production, but I really couldn't give a rat's ass, because my whole thing is I love doing it, and I'd rather do it this way than not do it. So I can go for months and not do a show, which kills me, but I'd rather do it my way.
Go for it, yeah. If you were speaking with a young comic, what advice would you give them if they were just starting out?
Don't listen to anybody who says you can't do it, because they'll all say you can't do it. My sister said to me when I said I'm going to be a comedian, she said, "No, that's really funny, Trace." So that was the support that I got from my family. Right. I still don't get a lot of support from them at all. So you get support from the most unlikely sources, and if you think you'll get it from within the comedy, what's the word I'm looking for?
The community, other comics?
Yeah, highly unlikely, because most comedians are very threatened by new blood, and I think that's really silly, because if we haven't got new people coming through all the time, you're just going to have 80-year-old stand-ups going, "Did you see that one about," I mean, really, we've just got to encourage them, and it is a very hard job, but I think the biggest advice would be really get into some personal development and do the affirmations that you need to do, because when you first start out, I was terrified, and audiences can smell fear. So if you go out on stage and they know that you're uncomfortable, then they're like a pack of wolves, and they will hound you down until you get off. And
just go for it, really.
You just go out there. So the audience wants you to win. That's the thing, that most people think that it's like going out to a coliseum, as if you're being thrown to the lions. And in a way you are, but the audience has paid its money to come along and have a good time. So they want you to be fabulous. And even if you stuff it up, it doesn't matter, because no matter what happens, you know more than them, because it's your routine. So I remember thinking, I left that line out. But I think I might have said, I've forgotten a bit. They don't need to know that. Plow on.
Just go for it.
Why not? I mean, it's your space.
Yeah.
You're going to jump the fence for me, Nick.
We've been speaking with lipstick lesbian Tracey Bartram. No, only joking.
My son will watch this.
What would David and Max say?
On your mum.
Now, if you guys want some more Tracey Bartram outside of the marital bedroom Kevin Costner situation, what can people do? They can listen to you in the morning.
Yes, on 1019, the New Fox.
That's the Tracey and Matt show, the Tracey and Matt breakfast show.
That's right.
Or they can see it at the Athenaeum in the one-person show with the band.
Yes, February 20 and 21. And where do I buy tickets?
Ticketmaster. Or they can, now you've got a video coming out called
6 Foot Silly and Sexy.
That's Tracey Bartram. This has been the Tracey Bartram experience.
Isn't it good?
I'd change my sexuality for you.
Oh, look! It's cocksucker red.
Over the last few months, there have been a number of new publications that have appeared on the Melbourne scene, one of which is Exit, which you will find in lots of cafes and venues all over Melbourne. And I'm sitting here today with Linzi, the publisher, editor, head of sales, copy lady, general dog's body. Linzi, how did Exit get started?
It actually began as a quarterly, and then on the advisory somebody else, because there was another product very similar, said, well, why not do it for the gay market as a monthly? And that's how it all came about. And then 8 months of planning, organising, testing the marketplace, all that sort of stuff, and out it came. How did I get involved in it? Sitting around with a friend discussing what we could possibly do with our lives, basically, and that's how it all happened.
And you're aiming mainly at the gay market?
We are a gay publication, but so even our first issue we're really proud of because it has breached certain barriers. One of the remarks that our printer made was, that her boss had picked it up and he didn't find it offensive. And from market research, we found that people want to advertise, they want to get involved in the gay market, but they didn't like sex content, things like that. So we thought, well, we just found the niche basically and slotted in between. It's been really well received. One of the delights has been that people are actually reading it from cover to cover, which means that we do have a good content. People are finding it interesting, which I guess if you get back to marketing and stuff like that, there was the need. So yeah, it's been great, really, really good. We had faxes, phone calls after the first week. It was excellent.
This small format is really quite popular now. Why is that, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a format where people can carry it with them. I think the thing is that it's something different. It's a new format. It's small, and as Christopher says, we're camp, we're compact, and we're colourful. So, and also too, if if you're home and mum and dad don't know or something like that, you can easily just stash it away somewhere where they can't find it. So that's it. There really isn't any reason apart from the fact that it is different. And no doubt it'll be, something else will come along that will sort of outshine this eventually anyway. So, yeah.
What are we likely to find inside?
Being lifestyle, our regular features are, about lifestyle. There's health, fitness, fashion. There's information. There's Bubble, which is TV, which, most of us watch TV. That focuses on, the camperies of TV, like soap operas. We just want to present the information as in a way that is readable. The name was actually born. We have somebody to thank who has a cafe on Commercial Road for that. We couldn't think of anything to call it, and he just looked over the door, saw the word exit and said, why not exit? Because we wanted something that had 4 letters that was strong, and that's it. So there is no other reason.
Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
It came about basically from being not satisfied with the clubs that were around at the time, and quality of venues was lacking, and lesbians really only had back rooms of pubs available, and whatever venue would have them for the night. Whereas we wanted to have, a quality venue for lesbians and their friends, that with great bar service and all the other elements that make a good nightclub. And we wanted, lesbians to bring their guests with them, being male or female, giving them the choice of who they bring into their own nightclub.
Yeah, lesbians weren't really welcome in mixed gay venues, so we decided to create our own.
A team of people, really. We've all worked together for nearly 5 years now, and there's everyone that works for us is very different people, and they all have their own different groups of friends, and being able to get them all under one roof and showing them really that we all are very different, but we can all fit in and get along and have a good night out.
So how do you enjoy working here?
Girl Bar rocks.
Love it, love it.
Best place to be on a Friday.
Yeah, so you like the new location here?
Oh, absolutely. This club is massive. It's great. It's a good club.
So what sort of people venture on in here?
Oh, all sorts. It's a very queer club.
Predominantly women, but Girl Bar's a mixed club. There's more, lots of funky people here.
There's certainly room for women-only venues, and they are a necessity in some circumstances. But we like to run our venue where we give lesbians. It's run for lesbians, but they have the opportunity to bring who they choose, and that, regardless if they're male or female, transgender, whatever, it's their choice who they bring into their venue. We first started off with half of our club being absolutely women only, and just over the years and people's attitudes have changed towards that, where they actually want to go out and hang around together.
Oh, well, who do we have here?
We've got Kim here tonight.
And why are you here tonight, Kim?
I'm celebrating my girlfriend's 30th tonight and also our 3rd year anniversary, and we love coming to Girl Bar. There's always lots of people here, lots of lovely surroundings.
And whereabouts are we sitting right now?
We're sitting in the train lounge out the back. There's lots of different compartments. It's quite nice for to fade out into the shadows and just chill out.
Well, I hear there's a bit of a fortune teller reading tarots down the back, so maybe you and your girlfriend could check out whether your future's rosy together or not. What do you reckon?
Oh, I might have to do that soon, actually. I'd like to find out. Well, it's been going pretty well so far, so we should do okay, I guess.
So you're going to get her out there dancing wildly like you were dancing before?
Yeah, we've already been out warming up. We're going to get right back into it. We're right into the celebrations. It's all happening here tonight.
Who are we talking to?
My mummy in Christchurch.
Oh, you're from Christchurch?
New Zealand, yeah.
New Zealand. And what's your name?
Shanae.
And your name?
Cassandra.
Ooh, and so what are you doing in this country?
We're here with the Mika show.
Oh, you're here with the Mika show? Ah,
We're the
fantastic.
Ahuras.
Yeah. The mainstream community only ever sees the gay community at warehouse parties, Mardi Gras, and certain festivals, and think that that's all we do, whereas we're a very arts-based community, and we've got a lot of interesting people in it, and we all do very different things, and some people just want to sit in a bar that's caters for them and talk rather than dance and listen to music all night, and that's what we're trying to do here. I mean, of course we'll have the capacity to be either, but mainly we'll focus on cabaret and a cocktail bar. Be nice to have a lesbian sauna.
This program proudly brought to you by the Also Foundation, developing the lesbian and gay community for over 15 years.